Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday, I think is what we're on. Hi, guys. How you been? Hope you're well. I'm good. I'm good. Little sore. Did some snow shoveling yesterday. Snow is heavy. It looks so light and fluffy, but it's really not. A little stuffy too. So if I cough or anything, you'll be fine. But I'm happy. I'm in a good place, mentally, which is where you want to be. And we're here to laugh at morons, which is always one of my favorite things to do. And in this one, it's an update on the Ethan Klein lawsuits. Not the one we talked about the other day, not the AI one where he's suing NVIDIA or part of a suit against NVIDIA over their AI scraping of YouTube. But instead, the original lawsuit that's been going on for a while now, where he sued Kaceytron, Denims, and Frogan for copyright infringement. And yesterday, Kaceytron caved in what somebody described to me as an Al Qaeda video where she makes an apology, and we'll get to the apology, but let's do this in order, shall we? So first, we get Ethan Klein announcing that Kaceytron was going to settle.
Yeah, so tomorrow
I should probably plug in my headphones so that you guys don't hear an echo. Why do I always forget to plug in my headphones? Oh, there we go. Let's try this again.
Yesterday, we engaged in court-ordered mediation with our friend and contemporary, Kaceytron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is something that happens with all of these kind of cases is going towards court. They do send you to arbitration. The court does everything it can to try to keep these cases out of court because they just have such a huge caseload. So them going to arbitration, that's pretty normal. I'm not going back 97 seconds. Old guy gamer, how dare you? How dare you?
And I am happy to announce to all of our great surprise that we were able to find an amicable solution.
All right, we don't need to see more of this. This is just him announcing that there was a deal struck. There was a deal struck, and then we get the Kaceytron video, which is the one I really, really want to watch, because if you haven't seen this, like I said, somebody described it as her Al Qaeda video, and it really does kind of come off that way. Let me make sure I want it full screen. Full screen. And I'm just going to show this to you. This is a total of 8 minutes, and 5 minutes of it is a countdown timer. And she didn't even do this live. She put up this video or this stream. And when it starts, she just plays a video of her making her little apology. At first, I thought it was AI. So did I. Sorry guys, I keep muting myself because I'm coughing in the background over here. I got sent this first, and so then I had to go back and make sure that this was all real, because yeah, it's not the best video. So we're gonna jump ahead. Let's this isn't YouTube, so it doesn't give me the son of a bitch. We're close. Oh, here we go.
Stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. I want to begin by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. The lawsuit is not frivolous.
Hang on a second.
When I said the lawsuit was frivolous,
hang on, because we need to be able to interrupt her. Why won't that pause? Will this one? Hang on a second, y'all. I need to make sure I can pause this shit. There we go. Okay. We'll watch this other version of it, which is still the same thing. Let's get to... All right. Watch when it first starts. You can see her clicking play on... Sorry for anybody who has that alarm clock. I hate that sound. I used to have one just like it. She's going to come down here and click play.
I take responsibility for infringing
she's got to fix it.
I want to begin by
she had to take it back so that she could fix it and get it from the very beginning. How embarrassing that you're forced through your deal to make a public apology, and you can't just come in and read it directly. You have to make a video of you reading your hostage statement. I just want to reiterate that I have literally zero sympathy for this woman. This is a horrible, horrible woman who's been horrible her whole career. She got famous off playing a dumb chick. And then she's like, I'm not going to pretend that I'm dumb anymore. And then she just kept being dumb, proving that it was never an act in the first place. And since then, she's just made an ass of herself over and over again. And in this case, she actually says these words. She says, I know there's a lot of people who don't want to give support to this video. I'm paraphrasing just barely because I don't remember the exact word. I know there's a lot of people who don't want to watch or give support to them. So we're going to watch it here. Literally saying, I know that the only way you would watch this is if you were forced to with him. So instead of having to watch it on his channel, you can watch it with me, which is blatant copyright infringement. I saw her in another video because she made another video, a defiant one the other day, as she was raising more money for her GoFundMe, where she's like, Ethan has been for fair use and now he's using the copyright system against people. Fair use has no meaning without copyright. Copyright is integral to fair use. Without copyright, there's no need for fair use. Devil's Advocate, this is for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Devil's Advocate. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sir. Hope you have a good one. And for anybody's like, hey, that's not his name. He gave me permission a long time ago not to try to pronounce that Latin shit that he's got going on there. Advocatus Diabli. Because he knows I can't read. He's a good man and he knows I can't read. And he let me just say Devil's Advocate. So there. I never said that until he told me I could. Y'all be judging. You should judge me because I can't read, not because never mind. Anyway, so dummy here. As I just said, I can't read. Monkey playing a dumb chick? No, I'm a dumb dude, man. Monkey doesn't even read chat. You're right. I don't. I never read chat. So anyway, dummy here. She puts out this video the other day. She upped her goal. That's the funny thing about the timing on this is that the other day she had a GoFundMe originally for $100,000 to fight the big bad Ethan Klein in court. And it wasn't going well for her. She'd raised about 50 grand, a little under 50 grand, if I remember correctly, the timing. So she increases the amount for her goal from 100,000 to 250,000. I want to reiterate that. She had a goal of 100,000, didn't even hit half of that. So she raised the goal by 2.5. That's what we call desperate. She couldn't get 100,000, but she's like, I know if I tell people I need 250,000, then they'll give me that much. She was clearly in the wrong here. And early on, Ethan was like, hey, apologize. Just apologize. And she wouldn't do it. And instead, she said all kinds of horrible shit about Ethan, his wife, and the people who work for him. I've said horrible shit about Ethan and his wife. I think they're both bad people. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm not on Ethan's side because I'm some Ethan super fan. I'm on Ethan's side because in this case, he's right. And this was blatant copyright abuse. And the three people he was suing are horrible fucking people who keep getting away with really bad shit. Denims has put a bounty out on killing somebody. She was getting $30,000 to kill somebody. Frogan is the one who said that she hopes all American soldiers get PTSD. And this little horrible bitch on your screen right here said Asmongold killed his own mother. These are horrible people who don't ever face any consequences. So when they are caught dead to rights, and none more dead to rights than Kaceytron. We can talk about the other two in a minute, but I'm glad they had to face some consequences. And I'm glad to see copyright upheld because, once again, fair use means nothing without intellectual property right protections, which is what copyright protection is. So anyway, she just had her defiant one, and then just like, I want to say that was like 4 days ago. And now she's doing this. Did you see Asmongold reject her apology? I did. Understatement. So I watched this. Then I watched the 2 Ethan clips. Then I watched Asmongold's video on it. Asmongold told her to basically take her apology and shove it up her ass. But he's not suing her. So he does say he thinks there's something else coming down the pike that he's not going to talk about because he wants it to happen. And he said he thinks Ethan knows it's going to happen. It's very cryptic. So I don't know what he's talking about, but I did watch his video. And then I watched Bering's video. I'm very curious how many Australians saw Bering's video today and how many of you are going to go see that movie. When is Australian Day in Australia? I have no idea what day that is. That's a complete aside. So let's get back to Kaceytron and her Al-Qaeda video. I stole that straight from you, understatement.
Take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. The lawsuit was not frivolous. When I said the lawsuit was frivolous and based on misogyny, it was to garner sympathy, protect my own reputation, and retaliate against the Kleins.
I have a feeling that is not okay. That is as high as it goes. I have a feeling that is not some shit that she came up with on her own. When I did it, it was to save face and to get sympathy, which, by the way, 100% true. This whole thing has been her being like, bro, I was losing it last night watching this. Can you hang out? If not, I understand. I respect your honesty as well as your caucasity. Hey, it's what the white man does to the black man, man. You come up with a good idea and I just steal it and make it my own and pretend it was never you. You can't see me, but I'm over here swiveling my hips. That's actually a really good joke for if you guys get the reference. Anyway, this had to be painful for her to. This is embarrassing with the way that she's handled this so far, with the bravado she's tried to put out there. Like, I'm never gonna give in. I'm gonna do witches spells. That is a real thing. She has done witches spells to protect her from the Ethan Klein lawsuit. You know, instead of just listening to a lawyer going, you need to settle this immediately. You need to stop this shit before you end up giving him your house. Yeah, in her video that she did her last video on this, she told us this really sob story about how her mom and sister rely on her, which is funny because, oh, Cryptic, thank you. I came into this hostage video when you said the word cryptic. Thank you. I appreciate it. What was I just talking about? Cryptic just made me laugh and I forgot my train of thought. Oh, this is a woman who has to spend an enormous amount of money on marijuana. I'm not, look, if you want to smoke and you're an adult, fuck, I don't care. Don't drive cars and don't do heavy machinery kind of stuff. But I don't give a shit. However, when you come out whining that you don't have enough money and that you're having trouble making ends meet for your poor mom and your poor sister, and you're having to do all that, and you're constantly on stream toking in the Ethan Klein video we're talking about here, the one where she violates his copyright, she hit the pipe like 40 sometimes in a 3-hour video. How about, hey, Casey, how well off would you and your parents and your sister and everybody else who apparently relies on you be if you weren't smoking it all away? 47 times, 47 hits. That's a lot of marijuana, man. You do that every day. Every day you're getting so baked you can't even see anything anymore. And you're like, I really, Ethan's taking all my money. We're going to lose our house. Yeah, it's the Ethan thing that's the problem with your finances. Yep. I'm trying to be polite here. Satsu, I did send you the link. Did it go through? Sometimes the links don't go through on Twitter. I got to go make sure it actually did. 1 second, fellas and ladies. Ladies and fellas. Okay, it did. Satsu just being lazy. He being lazy, getting set up. Anyway, as a stoner, I completely disavow Kaceytron. There comes a point where you're just smoking too much. And if that's who you want to be that person. But I've never seen anything about her that makes me think she's a functioning addict. Does that make sense? I know there's a lot of functioning addicts out there. They're functioning cocaine addicts. I was told the other day that there's functioning meth addicts, which I am having problems believing. We'll get to that later. But yeah, there are functioning addicts out there, but she's not one of them.
This lawsuit has given me a greater understanding of copyright protection.
No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. That's a lie. That part I believe she wrote. Because I don't think I still don't think she understands what she did wrong here. This is a woman who just less than a week ago told us that she didn't think that Ethan would win because there's a term malicious copyright infringement. And she's like, I don't think I did anything malicious, much less any copyright infringement. Satsu,
what up, though?
How you doing, my friend?
You know, chilling.
Yeah, me too. I'm just laughing at this hostage video.
Yeah, man. Oh my God. Squishy was like, what the hell are you over there cackling about? And I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm actually glad I missed this last night because I needed sleep and I was able to get some, and I would have had to have done this last night.
Oh, dude. Man, I was so giddy watching this. And I'm just like, dude, it's literally like somebody sat her down in front of a computer and was like, speak.
Yeah.
Like, read this. Just read it off. Don't think about it. Just I'm doing this for you.
Poco, that's mean. He says it's my favorite streamer and ranting monkey. Fuck you.
Damn.
That's all right. Satsu's my favorite streamer too. All right.
Y'all make very poor decisions, but I appreciate it.
I always talk about the poor decisions I make. I'm just saying. Just as an aside. All right, back to our hostage video here. Did you, as you watch this, think that now she understands copyright and what she did wrong, or do you think that there is a figurative gun to her head here?
I think after all the stupid crap that she did in the aftermath of the lawsuit, I think she did finally come to the conclusion that there's no way out of this for her. So this is like a last resort.
Yeah.
And I'm almost certain that she had nothing to do with the writing of whatever this is supposed to be.
I think you're right that her lawyer had to be telling her, you are cooked. There's nothing here for you.
Because she did issue the initial settlement after a while, like after the, making fun of it. And Ethan declined it because he was like, you got a minimum of 40,000 in donations and you're offering me 17.
Yeah.
Like, no. And also she was still, but this kind of links to you remember what I told you before. And I don't know where I got this recollection from because I can't remember hearing him saying it or when I heard him say it. But I remember we were talking about the fact that all he wanted from the very beginning was an apology.
Yes. And I've heard that many times, and I don't remember him saying it specifically. But given that there's this apology and some monetary compensation, guys, I'm perfectly willing to believe he said it. I just haven't seen the clip of it recently.
That's the tripped out part. Like, it's weird because I got this memory that it definitely happened. I just can't tell you where I heard it from.
Yeah. All right. So let's get back to our hostage video here.
People's copyrights and the importance of protecting copyrights in the online content creation community.
If that was true, a lot of her content is just her watching like normal television shows with her audience, not really doing anything. It's basically a watch party.
Well, that's assuming she's on the screen in the first place.
Yeah. She opens most of her streams with copyrighted content that's not hers. So I honestly don't think she learned anything here other than I need to settle. And that's That's entirely different from I now understand copyright.
Well, I'll say this. I take this statement not as I learned, what copyright is about and, all that stuff, more so than I've learned that there are consequences to my actions now.
Yes, I would agree with that part, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But she just said, I now understand copyright, and I don't believe that at all.
Yeah, no.
Darth Mondo, thank you for becoming a member for month number 24. Thank you. I think she was threatened with either jail if you don't pay or could not buy weed anymore. That's why she sounded so defeated. Jail for her that would be so far down the line. Even if she lost the lawsuit, they would garnish before they would ever get to any point of going to jail over not paying it.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that she was facing the possibility that, she would owe everything she ever makes to Ethan.
Yeah. And also, too, I think that video that she made before talking about her parents and stuff, that little weak ass sob story.
It was so sad.
Yeah, I think she got some pressure from her family, too, where they were just like, are you really going to sacrifice us for this petty shit that you're doing?
Well, her sister put out a video. Did you see that?
I didn't see her sister's video. I heard
Sorry.
about a post that she put up, I think.
Yeah, I said video. It was a post. You're right. Casey had retweeted it. That's why I saw it.
Right.
And it was her sister doing the same sob story shit. Casey does everything for. She actually says Casey sacrificed her 20s to take care of the family.
And you know what? I could believe that happened. Sure. But what does that have to do with her literally fucking y'all and herself?
Yep. And that's one of the problems that she made with this was especially that last video where you guys, I'm going to lose my house. She said Ethan is going to foreclose on my house.
How does that work?
I'm not exactly sure, but she went this victim route, and in none of it did she talk about what she actually did.
Yeah. Not a single mention of how that even got there. And it's just it's just like that picture of the chick shoveling shit into the dumpster behind her that says internet. And then when the shit comes flying back out, she's like, oh God, I'm being attacked. Uh-huh.
It reminded me of any time somebody gets in trouble, they do something really horrible and it's found out and they're like, but I served in the army. Well, that was great that you served in the army, but let's talk about this shit that everybody found out about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
She probably spends more money on weed than housing and food. Yeah, this bitch smokes a lot. And again, if you want to smoke, that's your business, but don't come whining to me about your money problems when you're literally smoking pot on camera constantly.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It is important for the entire content creation community to respect the intellectual property rights of other creators.
Yep.
True. And I will adhere to the lessons I've learned throughout this process going forward.
I do wonder what happens if she doesn't. Because this is why I asked if you think she really understands copyright now. Because given her, let's just call it what it is, extremely low effort content where she's just watching other people's intellectual property, what happens if she immediately goes right back to doing that?
Well, I don't think functionally anything happens because she was able to kind of get away with it to begin with.
Yeah. And
the powers that be that enabled that have kind of nothing to do with this.
Yep.
So they're just she's still a woman on the internet, so she still gets to do what she wants. But I guess y'all could call her a hypocrite if you want.
Yeah, we'll get to more of that later. Do you know who Nina Lynn is? Have you been following that shit?
You'd have to remind me.
She's the chick that sexually assaulted two guys and got a 2-day ban for it.
The Asian chick that sounds like a linebacker. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I am not convinced that's a woman.
A lot of people aren't convinced that's a woman. I've known lots of women who sound like that, who have that voice. So I'm just like, that's like low hanging fruit, I guess. But
she's also purposefully putting on. It's what Kevin Samuels used to say. Hey, put your dick away, lady. She's trying to pretend she's like a tough guy.
Yeah, she's got that hyper masculine energy or whatever, and she's doing the ghetto black girl act.
Yep.
you know. So I just annoying all around. Like she's just a terrible person, but she got something coming to her eventually because she's building up a lot of karma, and now that fight she just started got her banned or whatever. So
well, she just got banned because she was recording herself stealing.
Wait, that's not. Is that what she got banned? Because if I recall, she didn't get banned for recording herself stealing. She got banned for like picking a fight with some white girl at a restaurant or whatever that she was at.
Those two things come out basically together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Twitch has specified which caused it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's what is that? It was both of those things. Yeah, the two come out together. So there's the restaurant video with the little white girl in her beanie, and then there's the compilation of her going to Target and doing things like putting a really cheap product underneath a pack of steaks so that when she scans it over the self-checkout, it picks up the cheap thing, and then she puts the steaks in the bag.
Yeah, the reason that I didn't think it was that is because she's been doing stuff like that for a while, apparently.
Well, this is a mistake a lot of people make when it comes to content creation and how content creators get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You can get away with a lot of shit on the different platforms until somebody highlights it.
Yeah.
The kind of stuff that gets caught typically is like maybe a word thing. Like they have a AI that'll pick up the words that you say. Mm-hmm. And I know YouTube uses that shit because I'll talk about something on my stream that I've not looked up anywhere. And then suddenly I start getting videos about that thing. I'm onto you, you little bastards.
Man, me and Squishy were talking about buying meat in bulk just in passing the other day, and I started getting inundated. And like I wasn't on the internet, I didn't search it up. I wasn't on my phone searching it up. Me and her were just talking about it.
Yeah, did you have your phone on? Because if you have your phone on, that's stuff. Look, they say they don't do that, but come on.
And I'm just like, now I'm getting all these freaking emails from Omaha Steaks like, bro, you trying to get some bulk meat? I'm just like, what the heck?
Cryptic, thank you. Speaking of Nina, as the representative for all Asians, we kindly pass her to the Hispanic, white, black, Arabs. Someone just take her, please. Nah, man, she's one of y'all.
Man, I don't know what it is about that ghetto Asian girl trope where they're trying to act black or whatever. Like that stuff really, I don't know. It's something about it is particularly annoying.
It would be like seeing Ben Shapiro come out trying to do it.
Yeah, it's just because you can tell it's an act. Like if you grew up in the hood and you grew up around like actual hood people, like
I already read that. All right, here we go. Let's get back to Casey. We'll get to Nina later.
I also want to make clear that I did not receive any support, financial or otherwise, from Hassan Piker.
This part I thought was funny. I was laughing very hard at this.
That was just Ethan being petty as fuck. That was just Ethan letting everybody know that Hassan does not help the people who suck up to him. Because there's no reason to include that here.
I mean, he did say that he was, he didn't say he was going to help, to be fair. He implied heavily that he would help. And that nobody would know about it if he did. But what he didn't say is nobody would know about it because it wasn't going to happen.
And look, it's his money. He can do what he wants with it. But these three ladies have been carrying water for that retard their entire careers. Well, not her, because she predates him a little bit. But since he comes on the scene, they've been up there just gargling his nuts. And it would have been nothing for him to give her $150,000 to go pay off Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been nothing to him. And he was like, nah, this is my money, because he believes in socialism and helping people who are in need.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he is being consistent because it's like, give everybody else's money is the money that I want to give to all the unfortunate people, not mine. Just like everybody else should have to deal with illegal immigrants. but make sure that they're out of my gated community.
100%. Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
So he's consistent in his hypocrisy. You're right.
Yes.
All right.
Hassan never even reached out to me privately to offer words of support. Speaking honestly,
He didn't even send her a message going, keep your chin up, baby. Or chins, sorry. Keep your chins up, sweetie. What a dick.
I found his indifference to my suffering hurtful, especially after he hinted he might help me behind the scenes.
What suffering are we talking about?
The monetary loss she was going to take.
The
And
suffering.
the stress of what's happening to me.
All those mean messages, I guess.
Yeah. All of those incels who were coming after her.
Oh my God. Look, you know what? And this is how I can prove without a shadow of a doubt she didn't write this apology, because there is not one mention of incels in it.
Yeah, somebody said that in the chat earlier. Yeah, there's no mention of incel, so
yeah, she didn't use the word once. There's no way she wrote this.
She did say that the lawsuit wasn't misogyny, but she stayed away from the incel word, which I've never heard her do that before.
I've never heard her put together a sentence of more than 10 words without saying misogyny.
Yeah.
or incel.
Incel, yeah. All right.
It felt like he wanted to receive credit from the public for him helping me without providing any.
What? The little socialist guy who doesn't help people and talks about socialism because he cares about the common folk just wanted credit for helping you without actually helping you? I am shocked.
That is the foundation of liberalism.
Fuck, bro. I loved it. There's no doubt in my mind Ethan made this part get put in here. That she had to make some kind of statement about Hassan. Trust me, this statement did not go out until it was approved by Ethan. When you have a deal like this behind the scenes, that's part of the deal, is that the two sides have to agree on what the statements are. And from what we've seen, Ethan is allowed to say anything he wants to, and she had to kick Hassan in the ding ding, which is funny. All right.
As to the GoFundMe money, to the extent there are any remaining funds after I pay my attorney's fees, I have agreed to pay the remaining funds to the Kleins.
Last I saw, her GoFundMe was at like 57K.
Yeah, I think she made it up to 60.
Did she? Okay.
Which is kind of crazy. Well, it's not. See, and this has been a theme for like the past 3 years, where there's this commonly known thing where everybody with 2 brain cells like already knows, and then for some reason, like exactly 2 years later, everybody else is just like, "Oh my God, this is a thing," and we're just like, "Welcome." You finally caught up, because literally everybody knew that every single dollar that was donated to any one of these idiots was his money. Like we all knew this. Like, y'all are donating to support her. That's just, you were literally just putting money into his pockets.
I do wonder, because how long has this been going on now? 4 months, 5 months?
Shit, I don't even know.
It's possible there's not a lot of that money left over, depending on how douchey her lawyers are.
I'd be surprised if she had any money left after this.
We'll get to some of that money thing here in a minute. 3 months or so. Yeah, I mean, 60 grand. I have problems believing. You have whole cases that the total, when somebody loses and they have to pay the attorney fees and stuff, that it's like $100,000, $150,000. So for 3 months, 60 grand, she probably has a decent amount of that left over. Now, whether she spent it on herself or not, I can't say.
The funds will not go to anyone else, including Denham's or Frogan, to defend their lawsuits. For the record, I have agreed to cooperate with the Kleins in their litigation against the H3 Snark mods for promoting my live stream
That one was funny to me. I'm just like, bro, is she like, also I'm snitching on everybody else involved? Just like, bro.
Yep. There's no reason to have her testify in the Frogan or Denham's case directly on that, but for the Snark mods, absolutely, because that suit is going on. And reportedly, what Ethan thinks happened is that there was some coordination in the background. And if she's agreeing to and saying publicly that she's going to testify for Ethan, I'm thinking maybe she's got some information that those Snark mods should be a little worried about right now.
To the extent that I am able, I will offer my support, including testifying under oath to everything I have just stated, to help their cause. I also want to take the opportunity to acknowledge other misconduct and bad behavior I have exhibited online.
Now, this part has nothing to do with the lawsuit. He's just making her admit she's kind of a bitch. That's just petty. I mean, I don't blame him for it. Look, I don't like Ethan Klein, but I don't blame him for being petty going after these people. They just finished all the CPS stuff. The skull sent to his house that some creators, iDubbbz, think is funny. That's some scary shit. And these people were just piling on that shit and laughing about it. And hey, you should have taken better care of your kids.
Yeah, nobody seemed to really care about any of the backlash that happened. Like all of their actions and the consequences that could have came, like that's never a part of the discussion. Yeah. It's always the, I swung on you and then you hit me back, and that's where everything began.
Yeah. The amount of people who are like, Ethan's just going after these women because he doesn't like the way, is amazing. I don't like Ethan, but the shit that they've been putting him through, just because he says he doesn't like terrorists, he agrees with them on everything else about Israel. He just doesn't like terrorists. Yeah. And the shit he's had to deal with over that is pretty gross. And again, I'm saying that about a guy I do not like. One of my cats is snoring in my lap. The other night, I had Phoebe in here, and I was petting her. And I pet her for about half an hour, and then I stopped petting her for a second. And she reached up and bit me to make me pet her again. And being the good cat owner that I am, I did pet her again instead of putting her down and teaching her that that's a bad thing to do. I feel like I might be enabling. Anyway, back to this idiot.
For example, weaponizing the death of Asmongold's mother.
Again, there's no way Ethan didn't have some serious input in this thing and made sure that she had to apologize for the Asmongold's mom stuff, which, by the way, she was just doing the other day. She quadrupled down on Asmon killing his mom with her video the other day. She'd made a response or a post about the video too, where she talked about, he killed his mom. Here's the lore behind him killing his mom. His mom had COPD, the chronic respiratory problem. And she decided that since Asmon's room was a mess, clearly his mom was living in squalor.
Well, not only that, like she refused to stop smoking. She refused to leave the house and live somewhere else. Like she had autonomy. She made decisions to be in the position that she was in. So
my guess is the end of Asmongold's mom's life was better than most people with COPD, because she was living with her millionaire son.
Was inexcusable. I should know better because I have 3 disabled people that rely on me.
You should know better than to suggest a guy killed his own mother because you have some cripples that rely on you. Not just because it's a really douchey thing to do in the first place.
Well, I mean, you got to remember, bad things done to bad people is good because bad people are bad.
Yeah.
And what dictates a bad person? Whatever I say it is.
But notice the only way that she can admit that that was bad, what she did, was to tie it to her own circumstances.
Of course, because why would like, and that's how these people are. Like, I don't know if you saw those interviews where they're on the streets and they're like, "Hey, what do you think about people taking in refugees into their houses or whatever?" And they're like, "Absolutely, 100%. I totally support." And it's like, "Oh, well, here's my friend Pedro. He needs a place to stay." And they're just like, "Hey, if you don't get that dirty Mexican away from me,"
Right?
I'm just like, "Damn, that was quick."
Yeah. Well, it's NIMBY, not in my backyard. It's a old sentiment. Like, I think this good thing should happen, but not here.
Yes, and not by me. Somebody else should do it.
We saw it with when the immigrants were sent to Martha's Vineyard. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And all these fucking liberals who've been up there going, you got to take in these folks. Send them to one of the richest places in the world, and those assholes had the nerve to go, "We don't have the resources for them."
Yes.
What?
Yeah. The most equipped people to possibly take these people in, and they're just like, "There's no way we could handle that."
Yeah.
They're gonna scare our maid.
Hey, Retro. Yeah, like they're gonna raise the cost for my maids. I would have thought they would take them in so they had more people to watch their kids that they don't pay.
Which is always kind of a funny sentiment to hear from the left, because you only exclusively hear this from the left. You'll never hear a right winger say this, where they're just like, "Okay, well, you guys want to get rid of all the immigrants. Well, good luck feeding yourself. Good luck fixing your bed in the morning and picking your crops." And I'm just like, y'all really see brown people as just maids and help, huh? Like,
I forget who it was exactly, but we watched one of them who said, "Who's gonna clean your dishes?"
Oh, yeah, no, the one chick was like, "We're not going to have anybody to wipe our asses." And I'm just like,
I
who
remember
you
that
got
one.
wiping your ass right now?
I forgot about that one, yes. I do wonder if these people do anything for themselves.
No, it's privileged people who live privileged lifestyles who think that everybody else has it as easy and as nice as they do, except for when it's convenient and they need the virtue signal.
Yep.
And they're just like, "Yeah, well, good luck. Consuela's not going to be able to make your bed every morning." And I'm just like, bro, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, if you want somebody who's going to watch your kids and make your bed and do your dishes, get a wife like a normal person.
Or I don't know, get some fucking day-to-day skills.
How about just take care of yourself? The closest that they come to anything, societal that might matter is, oh, your fruit prices will go up. Maybe. We still have the guest workers program, which actually takes care of most of that. But everything else is about them getting to live like kings.
Yeah. And it is so funny, too, especially when they say shit like, "Well, once they leave, then none of you uppity Americans are going to do the same job that they do working for $3 an hour." And I'm just like, say that again.
Yep.
Say it again, but really slowly this time. I want you to locate the problem with that statement.
I just saw another video of Bernie Sanders from 2007 where he was arguing that letting in too many, and in this case legal, because he was talking about the guest worker program, too many immigrants was going to drive down wages.
And he literally said that it was a right-wing conspiracy for the right-wingers to bring in work and have these people work for less wages, for slave wages, which he said. And I'm just like, y'all are literally advocating for the same thing right now.
Yep. I told my audience quite a while ago that when it comes to the immigration thing, this has really switched, because it used to be the Democrats who were arguing that bringing in all this labor was, and same thing with free trade, that it was going to hurt American workers.
Yeah. And they were hard on, like, for real, like during the Obama administration, and even slightly before then, they were like extra hard on, just like not letting in. But it was weird though, because back then Republicans were talking about the virtues of legally bringing in people who are qualified and actually benefit America. And they were like, "That's disgusting. These people don't need to be here. They're doing the X, Y, and Z." And now the Democrats are like, oh, well, we want people who are leeching off the system and not contributing at all to be here because they are the foundation of America, and they are the ones that are bringing value here, not those stupid qualified people that are actually coming over here. We need people who get over here, get on welfare, and now they have like a generational welfare system throughout their family because their kids have it, and then their kids' kids have it, and they just live on that permanently forever and never contribute to anything. Those are the valuable people. I'm just like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the Democrat position has changed a little bit because they were against guest workers. Now they want just free labor.
Yeah, and that's because all of the programs, the fake programs that they launder money through, benefit these people.
Yep, 100%. All right, back to our
side. They get their votes.
Moving forward, I will do better.
No, you won't.
I also want to apologize to the crew of the H3 podcast, particularly AB and Olivia. I apologize for calling them cowards for not quitting their jobs.
Yeah, this chick here who, I need money desperately. AB and Olivia are two people of Middle Eastern descent on the show, and she called them cowards for not quitting and going to work somewhere else because Ethan doesn't like terrorists.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It was a shameful attack on two people who deeply care about Palestine.
It was a shameful, ongoing attack. It's not like you only did it one time.
And Palestinian people. AB, along with his wife Lena, have done more than I have ever done for the Palestinian people.
That's so funny.
I love that they made her say that shit. Admit that she's just a little white girl talking behind a camera who ain't done shit. But
ain't never done anything for anybody ever.
She smoked a bowl for the Palestinians one time. That's it.
Including raising over $100,000 in charity. I reckon
it's kind of funny. They raised more for Palestine than you raised for yourself.
Jeez.
Recognize that they have actually made Palestinian lives better, and my online antagonism and trolling has not.
This is what I'm talking about with this statement. It's kind of petty what Ethan had shoved in here that she had to say, but I don't have a problem with any of it. I would have actually been a slightly bigger dick about it, honestly.
It's deserved, man.
It is.
Come on. Like if we go back and look at all the stuff that she was saying and doing after hearing about the lawsuit, all the stuff that she contributed to beforehand, like she, like I don't feel bad for her at all. Like,
The birthday boy says she deserves worse. She does. She absolutely did.
I apologize to Ethan and Gila personally. I have said extremely mean and cruel things about both of them, particularly my misogynistic attacks against Gila that never should have been said.
I think we finally found our incel.
I also want to acknowledge the pervasive problem of anti-Semitism in leftist spaces.
Oh my God, yes. Holy crap.
Is Ethan trying to get her shot right here?
I don't know, but oh my God, bro. Like that one really got me. I'm like, no, she didn't just say that.
Yeah.
Because that is absolutely a thing.
She can go back now and be like, hey, they made me say that. They made me say that as part of the lawsuit being settled. And that's fine, but you still said it. You agreed to this.
The one thing I can say that benefits her, though, is none of her audience watches her or supports her due to her integrity.
That's fair.
It's not going to be like, oh, you did that apology, we don't like you anymore. They're all gonna be out of the gate like, oh, they made you do it, queen. You did what you had to do, self-preservation.
Well, as devil advocate, did you see Asmongold's video on this?
I did. Yes, I did.
Her chat was losing their mind at this. They were not happy that she was doing this. So we'll see how that works out.
It's a pervasive.
Go ahead.
No, I think it's just gonna take her to come out and be like, yeah, I was forced to. I had no choice, guys. I had to, it was for my safety and blah blah blah. And they'll be like, oh,
yeah,
that's fine.
And I hear you, but then you have Denims being defiant. We'll get to that in a minute. And I can see a lot of people being like, well, she sold out. She sold out to the Jew, you guys.
Oh yeah, and she also gave all of our money to them.
To the Jew.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I can see them abandoning her and going, because she's not going to gain an audience from this. I did see on Twitter a couple people giving her props for this. Fuck you. She does not deserve any props for having to give this Al-Qaeda video because she broke copyright law and had no fucking recourse.
You know, I wouldn't give her props for it, but I would say the fact that she was able to sit in front of a camera with a straight face and do this, because like XQC said, he was like, I don't give a fuck if somebody came after every penny I have. I will fight to the death to not have to sit in front of a camera and do this. He was like, you can take all my money. I don't care. I would never, ever sit in front of a camera and do what she's doing right now.
I don't think I would ever be in a position where I would have to, because again, she was wrong. That is all that actually matters here. She clearly violated copyright.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And if she would have just said that at the beginning, look, I fucked up. You're right. I violated copyright. My bad. Then I would give her some credit. Here, ain't no fucking way I'm giving her any credit for it, because she's only doing this because she has no other choice.
Yeah, and she literally understood exactly the context of what she was doing. She specifically said, "Hey, everybody, let's go do this thing for this exact reason."
Yep.
Like, and she like, there was no ambiguity there. There's no like gray area or like room for to try to debate it. It's like, it is what it is, man. You literally said, "I am committing this crime." Out loud.
Because you're not a stupid monkey. I wouldn't go that far, but I'm not as stupid as she is. Again, it was just a week ago that she made that other defiant video. So I don't give her any credit for that. This isn't her realizing her mistake. This is her lawyer going, you are so fucked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Was she the one taking weed like 20 times? It was 47 times. And yes, that was her. She literally smoked more weed smoked weed more times than she spoke.
Yeah, she is. And is it me?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said, is it me, or does she look like a very old woman that went through like some movie theater makeup setup to look young?
You're not wrong about that. I'm not trying to be mean here, but she's not really that attractive. She's not like horribly ugly, but she doesn't have a conventionally attractive face. She's a little bit overweight. She's in her 30s now, and she's trying to still look like the young booby streamer she used to be.
It reminds me of when like really old actors or actresses go into movies and then they like digitally de-age them.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it kind of looks like. It's weird.
Problem of anti-Semitism in leftist spaces. It should concern all of us. I condemn it and will not participate in it.
It should concern all of us is a very... That's always a statement that's bothered me. Especially depending on like whatever the topic is it's just like the very notion that anything that you care about, everybody else should care about too. And it's just it's weird to me because it's like a really narcissistic thing to say.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, when you talk about things like this should concern everyone, people have different values, different priorities, Yeah, this was another one of those. We're putting it in here just to make her say it.
One of the few things that I could probably say that I would say is a concern for everybody is like pedophilia. Like,
oh yeah,
that's probably one of the few things where I'm like, yes, everybody should be concerned about this. But like, there's very few other things.
Even with that, look, there's a lot of things like the rise of communism. I think everybody in America should be worried about.
Right.
But I don't think that everybody in America should make a video about the rise of communism.
Right. It's not everybody's responsibility to make that the hill that they're trying to die on because people got other problems. Like people got stuff
What?
going on.
In this specific instance, though, talking about the rise of anti-Semitism in creator spaces, I mean, those are the places she hangs out.
Yeah.
Those are her people. So her saying, "Hey, we should be worried about this," is just kind of funny. And seriously, Ethan, are you trying to get her shot? You can't be making her say this with those audiences. You see what they've done to you for just thinking terrorists are bad.
Well,
Anyway.
I mean, in her defense, in her circle, I would say that would be true. If she's directing that statement to people in her orbit, then yeah, probably.
We know who this is directed at.
To that end, I wish the Klein's success in enforcing TED Entertainment's copyright and protecting the legal rights of online content creators.
At the end there, she looks off to the left to make sure the guy with the gun is nodding that it was okay.
Yeah, she's like, all right, you can put it down now.
Was that good enough?
He's like, no, but whatever.
It really did. It really did come off as a hostage video. Man,
It did.
was funny. I enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie. But then this drops where Ethan is going through the GoFundMe donors. Did you see this?
Oh, no. I saw his response to the apology initially, and I didn't. That was all I saw from him.
Paulu Kingston, thank you for the 500.
Oh, my God.
I am.
Wait
Elizabeth
for it.
Adams.
Wait for it.
iDubbbz. iDubbbz, thank you so much separately.
$500 from iDubbbz. But wait a second.
Wait, this is so funny. I actually never thought about this. Anissa's like, by the way, Anissa doesn't make money.
Anissa donated $1,000. iDubbbz donates another $500. Y'all could have just given Ethan a check directly.
Let me tell you what happened there, Monkey. Anissa donated 1,000 of his dollars and was like, hey, you need to support them because I told you to. And
right?
He was like, okay, I guess. So he added another 500.
We all know that. She's never made money. So iDubbbz is down here on.
I hate each new tick that he gets because now he has a sniffing tick.
Yeah, he's got the coughing one too.
That one seems to have died out a little bit as the sniffing has taken over. I miss when it just used to be his really hard blinking he used to do. Because I didn't have to hear that. Oh, can you imagine if we could hear blinks? Oh, that'd be horrible.
Why would you even put that in my head?
Because it just entered mine and now I had to share it. Like every time you blink, there's a squishy sound, like something like that.
Oh no! Like on SpongeBob or some shit.
Yeah. All right.
The list getting cucked with the 420.
Oh, sorry, he did 420, not
spends
500.
$1,000 to get on the top tier list. I'm sorry, but I find that hilarious. Either way,
Gobi likes what he sees.
either way, $1 is $1, and I want to thank you both equally for
I do wonder how all these people who donated to help her feel about their money now going to him.
Oh, I'm sure they're not happy about it. I do find it kind of hilarious, though, that like now. Well, let me ask you this, because I was wondering this too. You saw his apology, right? I mean, not his apology, his reaction to her apology.
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay, all right, then I can't ask you this question then, because when I was watching it, I'm just like, I am having a hard time right now understand, like feeling like whether or not he is being sincere, because like some of the stuff that he says comes off as really sarcastic and just like haha, but he says it in a way that leads you to believe that he's like, I forgive her, you know, it's water under the bridge, everything is fine, you know, but it's the delivery that's like making me feel like, is he just like trolling right now? Is this like victory trolling?
I want to see his video. Wait, is this it? Ethan Klein's reacts to Hassan's comments on Kaceytron. No. Well,
yeah, that was him talking. That was a part of it, because I think
Okay.
specifically that was the part where Hassan was when he insinuated that he was gonna help them but didn't.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, what did he say about that? Okay, here's Ethan responds to her apology. Before we move along, the only other interesting
Anissa,
thing about this video is near the end we find out that Cruel World Happy Face, or whatever the fuck her name is, she donated to this too. And if you don't know who she is, she's the one that made the 3-hour video about Ethan. And then went on Ethan's show to talk to him about it. And I desperately, it's a couple of weeks old now, is the only reason we haven't done it. I want to go over that video on stream because she gets asked about what was done in that video. Like at one point she's talking about how Ethan seems to be coming unglued, and she zooms in on Ethan's leg in this video. He's sitting in his chair with his leg up, and you see these marks on his leg, which he says is a tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
But the clear implication is that he's like been cutting his leg. And her answer to this is, well, I don't really want to talk about the editorial decisions of the people who did that. Like, bitch, this is your video. What? And the whole thing, I have not watched all of it, but the whole part that I watched, which I watched probably an hour of their interaction, is just her being like, well, you're right. What I said there was stupid and fucked up. But I didn't really do that, and I can't really say why it was done. I have people who work for me who do stuff.
Oh,
like, bitch,
it's that excuse.
Did you watch your own video with your fucking name on it?
Well, see, and people give like, I guess it depends on who's talking about it, but like there's a lot of creators out here, obviously, that have a team of people who do stuff. Like Asmongold has his editors do his like YouTube channel and stuff, and he's hands off completely. Like they do whatever. But the difference is when Asmongold gets confronted with something that they posted, he's just like, yeah, I saw it. It's that's what they posted. It was up to them. I give them the creative freedom to do what they want. It's fine. Like whatever. And they're like, oh, so you're not responsible? He's like, I didn't say that. I didn't say that I wasn't responsible. They're representing me. They work for me. What they do is a representation of my image. Like that's what they're doing it for. But I'm just telling you that they're allowed to do it, and it's fine. Like it's all right. I take full responsibility for whatever they post because I pay them, but they're their own people.
And I don't necessarily have a problem with that, but in those cases, you're talking about clip channels that add stuff in here and there, where in this case, this is a scripted video she made.
Mm-hmm.
She even talks about how she left some stuff out of the script, because one part that comes up is her basically calling Ethan and Gila pedophiles.
Yes.
And she's like, well, I didn't, I don't know what what were we talking about? It's so fascinating to watch.
Yeah.
And Ethan keeps trying to bring it back to the specific point, and she doesn't answer any of the questions. This was a dumbass hit piece that she made. She goes back to him making pedo jokes, and he goes, do I do that still? And she's like, well, I heard that you did.
Of course.
Doesn't offer any proof of it whatsoever, but she went on to a snark forum and read about how bad Ethan. Look, I can give you plenty of examples about what a bad guy this guy is.
Yeah, dude, I still, like, after all this is done, said and done, I still don't like Ethan. Like, no. I've never really liked the dude. I think he sucks, and just because he got kicked out of his little orbit of jackasses that he was in, that doesn't change the fact that he was still a part of it. Yeah. So I'm but
this is a guy who said somebody should go bomb a Republican convention that was going on. Sorry, conservative convention. Because what was it? The I forget which group it was having it. Like somebody should go in there with a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a good guy. which is why it's so funny that they turned on him just over the terrorism thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so here it is. I have not seen this, so let's see.
What a heartfelt. I mean, like genuinely, and I'm gonna say something. Kaceytron.
Okay, his cough is here for this one. God damn it.
That's why I brought it up before.
I hadn't heard him do it in a while because he's been doing the sniff so much. Okay, fuck.
What a heartfelt. I mean, like genuinely, and I'm gonna say something. Kaceytron, we've said it continually throughout this. You are extraordinarily funny.
No, she's not. Don't lie to this woman.
And a very talented person. And I wish you all the best in the future, in your future endeavors. And I know you will continue to make people laugh and to and to continue to bring joy to people in that regard. I think you are extremely funny and very clever. So and I accept your apology. I do. And I appreciate all the sincerity and just all the specific. A lot of the stuff in there was really, I think, warranted, and I'm glad that she's, come to terms with a lot of it, and I appreciate it. I really think she's turned a new leaf.
Now, doesn't that sound? It sounds like both, right? It sounds sarcastic, but it also sounds sincere.
Real quick before we get to it, is he faking the cough? Not exactly. He has Tourette's, and he picks up little ticks here and there, so it's not a real cough. It's a Tourette's cough.
Yeah.
As to what you said, the way it starts out with he's like, you can see it in his face and his well, we'll just listen to it again.
What a heartfelt. I mean, like
right there, he's not being sincere that he thought it was heartfelt.
Mm-hmm.
But then when he stops after his little coughing fit there, that part comes off like he's being sincere.
And I feel like that's just an adjustment. I feel like he caught himself there and was like, wait a minute, I sound like I'm not being sincere right now. Let me shift gears.
I could believe he's being sincere in that because he is in that orbit and those people do suck up to each other. Kaceytron is not funny.
No.
She's never been funny. The funniest she's been is when she pretended to be dumb, and that was just her exaggerating her real personality. I took this as sarcasm. The first part of it definitely comes off that way, but then when he starts talking
throughout this, you are extraordinarily funny, and
there's no hint of sarcasm in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with you. I don't know if he's being sarcastic still or not.
It felt like it was this whole segment felt like it was the criticism's not the right word I'm looking for, but I'm gonna use it since I don't know a better word. Mm-hmm. But it sounds like it was a criticism of her acting, reading the script.
Yeah, that could be it too. Yeah. But whether I can tell if he's being I honestly don't know. And it doesn't much matter in the grand scheme of things, because it's not like these people are going to start eating dinner together and being friends again. This is a pretty relationship breaking moment.
Yeah, critique maybe.
Yeah, that would work. Definitely sarcasm. Again, only the first part of it really comes off as that. I don't know though. I'm not in Ethan's head, and he didn't give me clear signals in that part. That first part, he's very clearly being sarcastic. What a heartfelt, it wasn't. Stop it.
That requires a heart, Ethan.
Denims gives us a post, and she responds to this. She's one of the other litigants. And she drops something in here that I haven't seen many people. I haven't been a lot on social media, so maybe I just missed it. But not a lot of people bringing up. She suggests that Frogan has already settled her shit.
Oh?
Yeah. She doesn't give us definitive, but anyway. She says.
Oh, she says in likely Frogan, I see.
Likely Frogan, yeah. So this is her talking about the apology we just watched. This apology, which I can only assume was somehow forced
somehow.
She was going to lose the lawsuit. That's how it was forced. Anyway, somehow forced to extract a settlement was painful to listen to.
It was.
Well, oftentimes in settlements, that's part of the settlement. We saw it with like Fox News and Dominion when they settled.
BBC.
Yep. We even saw it with the quartering when he sued that guy for punching him. Mm-hmm. That guy had to come out and make a statement saying, "My bad." Yeah, it's not unusual to she's like somehow extracted. Yeah, it's just part of normal course. This is Kyle. Thank you. Has nothing to do with Tourette's. He has formed a bad habit. I used to do the cough thing as a kid until my dad smacked me in the back of the head.
I don't know about that because he has like the little hand tick thing that he does or whatever. Like the way his Tourette's manifest is like it's a specific thing at the specific moment, and he does it a couple times until it moves to something else. Like it's not specifically the cough or specifically the hand ticks or specifically his eyes. It's like all of those things, you know? Yeah.
Look, I don't like any of his tics. They drive me insane. I don't know if he's actually diagnosed with Tourette's or not, but it's not worth it for me to drill down on something like that.
It's a moot point.
I'll make fun of it when it happens and it annoys me. That's all.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
Sure. Before anybody's like, that's ableist. I'm a cripple. I can make fun of other cripples. Shut up. All right, where are we? We're gonna wait for him so that we can read this together. I don't like Kaceytron, but for some reason I have a seething hatred for denims, and I can't explain why. Kaceytron is just a dumb chick who got some internet fame and is desperate to cling to what little relevance she ever had. Denims is a weird creature who, I mean, she doesn't, anytime she's caught thinking for herself, like with the children don't form memories nonsense, anytime she's caught thinking for herself, she proves what an absolute idiot she is. And there's a way that she carries herself, this arrogance of, it's an arrogance only really, really stupid people can have.
I'm back.
Oh, welcome back. We're talking about why Denims evokes more just visceral hatred than Kaceytron does. And my contention is Casey's just a dumb chick, and there's Denims. Whoops.
Denims a good. That's a good one.
She carries this arrogance with her about the stuff that she says.
Yeah, Denim's behavior seems much more calculated and targeted, and Kaceytron, it feels like most of her stuff is just due to the fact that she's a weed head and kind of stupid. So she just, it's more instinct. Like if you see an animal doing something, you're just like, yeah, that's how they behave. Yeah. But Denims is a little bit more calculated. I think her stuff is a little bit more pointed, I guess, if that makes sense.
She puts herself out. I've never seen Casey, other than the time that she faked winning their little game show that they did. I've never seen her put herself out there as smart, where Denims tries to come off as intelligent. And then again, when she goes to think for herself, and she's like, kids don't form memories before 5. Oh, that says at 3. Well, that's not real. There's an arrogance to her that is just grating. Anyway, back to her statement. I waited for you for the rest of her statement.
Who, me?
It is, yeah, you. Oh. Okay. It is absurd and ironic that Ethan accuses Hassan of being a puppeteer while LARPing as a comic book villain in this way. By getting a statement from the person he settled with, that's not comic book villain. That's normal. It's like, This is what I'm talking about with her not having a fucking clue what she's talking about. Anybody surprised that that Casey had to make a statement is, as part of the settlement, just doesn't understand how settlements work.
Either that, or they're just, as usual, pretending like they don't. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, and for whatever reason Ethan lost and he had to apologize, they would not be saying the same thing.
while it is unfortunate that Ethan appears to have been able to extract control over her this way, I am happy that Kaceytron was given the opportunity to minimize the harm to her family, avoid the risk of losing her home, and move on from Ethan's lawsuit. She had that opportunity from the beginning. All she had to do was say, "My bad."
Literally, all of you had that opportunity from the beginning. All you had to do was, and this is the funny part. This is what always makes me mad about these situations, is this whole, if you didn't put that delicious cake in front of me, I wouldn't have had to steal it.
Yes.
And it's just like, you could have not stolen it. And they're like, preposterous. Of course I had to steal it. You put it right in front of me.
It's nice that I'm happy she was given this opportunity that she had all along.
Like, y'all had autonomy this entire time.
Like Ethan was keeping her from doing it up until this point. Fuck off.
Yeah, dude, it's the falling into the trap that says trap on it, Yeah.
What kind of cake? Irrelevant. It's cake. Eat it. I want to make several things clear. My trial date is 10/26/26, and I look forward to beating Ethan in court.
I don't know how, unless you can rewrite history and not say that you were blatantly stealing his content.
If you enjoyed watching this without giving that horrible video support, those are your words, sweetie. You are so fucked.
Like, I don't know what the fuck her lawyer is feeding her, but like, I just don't know. Like, that's like holding somebody at gunpoint with a video camera, and it's just like, I, such and such, am the person who is shooting you right now. Bang. And then you're just like, they'll never figure it out.
Yeah.
How would they ever pin this on me?
Showing your subpar goods isn't going to help you out of this one, lady. No shit. Yeah, there's not enough OnlyFans simps in the world to fix this thing. While Casey and likely Frogan have caved to Ethan, which is a decision I doubt they have made lightly, settling this is not an option for me. This is the part I'm talking about. Where
this grandstanding, it's not an option for me. My integrity is far too high to suffer the consequences of my own actions.
Oh, no, I was talking about the Frogan part, though. She mentions that Frogan likely settled, but then she goes on to say, which they have made a decision I doubt they have made lightly, using both of them instead of just the her or she for Casey. I do wonder if Denham's knows something in the background about Frogan having making settlement offers and trying to get this done as quick as possible.
Well, like,
Frogan is the only smart one, and I can't believe I'm saying that, who just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and exactly. I was just about to say that. Like, she's been quiet as a church mouse.
Yep. She's like, I don't want to talk about this. Nah. It's not an option for me. It is not an option for me because it would set a precedent that endangers the financial security of any streamer that creates reaction content.
No, because most streamers who create reaction content, even the most insidious ones that are so obviously stealing other people's content, never come out and say, hey, just so you know, I'm stealing this content on purpose to make sure that the creators don't get their money. Want to know why? Because they're not dumb.
I watch a lot of reaction content, and one of the guys I watch is named Black Pegasus. And he has taken, in the last several months, every time he reacts to something, he has like a 2-minute spiel about go watch the original, make sure you're supporting the original creators. This is all possible because of them. If you had done that, Casey, if you had made that statement instead of what you said, Ethan wouldn't have sued you.
I like Pegasus's videos too. He's like a goblin, man.
I love Black Pegasus, man. My only problem with him is sometimes he gets longer winded than I do.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes like, get back to the video, fucker. Like there's a good part coming up. I want to get your reaction to that. Anyway, where are we here? It's not an option for me. Oh yeah. If you create content that involves commenting on videos on Twitch or enjoy consuming reaction content, You should be on my side. I'm not on your side because I understand the necessity for copyright protections.
Well, not only that, it is literally to your direct detriment to be on her side.
Yep.
Because she is the antithesis of what your content is in the first place. Like she is the very thing that you fear seeing in your inbox based on her behavior, and could be the reason why people crack down on it harder going forward. So like, you should hate everything about her.
I've had my entire channel stolen before.
Mm-hmm.
And you better bet your ass I reported them for copyright. They even used my banner and everything, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, this was a long time ago. This is back in like 2018, 2017, maybe even. If somebody wants to react to stuff I do, I have no problem with that. But do you remember when I can't believe I'm going to defend him, but when Mundane Matt copyright struck somebody for posting his movie he made a long time ago?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody came out, he's false copyright. No, there was nothing false about what he did.
No,
all they did was re-upload his shit. There was literally nothing added to it.
Yeah,
that was a copyright violation.
And this is why useful idiots, and I guess in this case, like not useful idiots, always tend to like muddy the waters and ruin things at the end of the day, because somebody will hear, about doing a false copyright strike, and they'll take that as anybody who does any copyright strikes for any reason is a bad person and a bad faith actor. And I'm like, that's not what we meant. We're just saying that you shouldn't abuse the system. And they're just like, well, any use of the system is an abuse. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about.
Understatement says, Monk, as much as you EFAP, that's the white pot calling the semi-black kettle black. Shut up. All right. She goes on to finish in this part of it. If you don't believe me, please read ahead and let me convince you. Now, this is as much as I read. I wanted to save the rest for live reaction.
Let me convince you.
I'm
sure this is going to be really convincing.
Before I go on, will you talk to the audience for just a moment? I got to step away.
Okay, you guys want to see how many M-bombs I can drop before Monkey gets back? How many of you guys think I can do? I could probably do quite a bit. I'm not, though, because I like Monkey. But I could if I wanted to. 37? That's a pretty good number. When are y'all playing more of the RV game? Oh, yeah, we never finished that because we got like stuck on this really crappy part that was not fun at all. I guess we should probably finish it at some point. But that game, once you get into the caves, man, I'm just like, no. It's not fun anymore. It's just hard now. So I don't know if we're actually going to finish it. I think we played it once offline to see, but that game was fun. And it's just the caves got kind of. What about that gay ghost hunting game? Why you got to call it gay? You talking about Phasmophobia? I haven't played Phasmophobia in years. I don't care about no game right now because they just released the actual demo for that game, that Raccoon coin pusher game that I was playing before, and I played the play test when they first dropped it, and now the actual demo's out. So that's basically where my brain's at right now. That's what I'm gonna be focused on for a while.
I saw you playing that, and I wanted to go pick it up, but by then they'd already shut the demo down that they had. So is it back up now?
Well, the other one was a play test. This is the actual demo.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so you can download the demo now.
I wanted to check that one out myself.
It's so fun.
This is why you're supposed to be on her side, guys. Everybody ready? Everybody ready to change your opinions on this idiot?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. My opinion is going to change for sure.
I watched and reacted to Ethan's highly anticipated content nuke shortly after it aired. Make no mistake, my coverage more than doubled Ethan's video in length. Stop right there. It does. Please understand this about copyright. You can violate copyright in 1 second, or you can violate copyright in 15 hours. There's no time limit on copyright. There's literally not. A lot of people think as long as you use less than 15 seconds or less than 30. No. That's not how it works.
Well, the tripped out part about this, the fundamental thing that these people are either completely ignoring or missing when it comes to copyright is the most important thing is intent.
Yes.
But the reason that copyright situations are so complicated is because it's usually hard to prove intent.
Yes.
But it's significantly less harder to prove intent when you openly state your fucking intent.
Yeah, there's 4 pillars to copyright cases. One is the intended use, one is the monetary gain, one is the amount used. But when it comes to the amount used, there's no hard or fast rule.
No.
What the court has said is that you can use no more than is necessary for what you're trying to, like say you're doing educational content.
Mm-hmm.
No more than is required for the lesson that you're trying to teach.
And that is subjective, usually.
Yes. All right, where are we? More than double the length. Ethan's video spanned roughly 104 minutes. I spent 230 minutes reacting to, critiquing, and commenting on his video and the content in it, during which I paused 210 times.
Completely irrelevant. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you screwed yourself by one of the things when it comes to the intended use. There's also the audience. Like, if you use somebody makes a video on, I don't know, why Star Wars is great. And somebody uses that video to make a video about why videos that say something is great are often bad. Those are 2 different audiences, because one wants to see why Star Wars is great, and the other one wants to learn why arguments are often bad when people are sucking up to something.
Uh-huh.
And the court can look at those 2 good things and go, okay, this isn't going to infringe on the audience that the original was meant for.
Right.
You specified that this was so people didn't have to watch it with him.
Yeah, you literally said it. And that, like I said, that's the hardest part usually to prove in copyright cases, because you have to kind of prove malicious intent. Like, this person was doing this on purpose to specifically stop you from making money, not so much to profit from, because that's not necessarily as important as you trying to make sure they don't profit.
She goes, her next thing, that means I added 120% of the runtime in commentary, on average pausing every 30 seconds to add 36 seconds of commentary. This commentary length is substantially more than Asmongold, XQC, or any of the many other streamers and YouTubers that watch the content nuke in full.
And what did those people not do?
And this is the thing that they keep avoiding. Well, Kaceytron not anymore, but in their response, I added so much. Okay, look, it doesn't matter who else reacted to it. It doesn't matter how much commentary. You did it for a specific reason, and that reason was to take views away from him.
Yeah.
Blatant copyright infringement.
And they always bring up, he didn't sue Asmongold. Asmongold didn't put out a disclaimer telling everybody that he was purposely stealing the content. Like, like, it's so weird. Like, and I guess they can, because I'm like, they keep leaving that part out, but their audience doesn't care about that. So I guess it doesn't really matter, because that's the reality of the situation.
This argument deserves the Billy Madison quote about the stupid answer. Yes. We are all dumber for having heard it.
Oh my God.
She's going to get into, I just read ahead, what you were just talking about. As we know, Ethan decided not to sue Asmongold, XQC, or any other than the 3 of us. And here she's quoting the honest quote, but he wouldn't sue them. They didn't intentionally try to deprive him of revenue. And you said yourself that you did, end quote. This notion is frivolous and fabricated. No and no. It is the heart of the matter, making it therefore not frivolous. And it's not a fabrication because you're on video, you idiot.
Along with his conspiracy theory about collusion on Reddit. Wait, okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me see. This notion is frivolous and a fabrication. Ethan claims he is pursuing his claims against me because of some claimed malicious intent on my part. There are two statements that Ethan falsely claims demonstrates my intent, along with his conspiracy theory about collusion with Reddit moderate. Nobody cares about that, and none of whom I have ever communicated with. And what's the other one?
Hang on one second. Let me get this. Tall person, thank you. Hello and happy National Apple Pie Day. You know what? I still have some apple pie left from Thanksgiving. I will eat it today because of that. Going to watch from the start. This is going to be a better than usual episode. Watching Kaceytron surrender was great to wake up to, right? Oh my God, I smiled so big at that. Okay, so she says that the two statements Ethan falsely claims, I wonder if she's going to show them in their entirety. And about her. Now, the Redditor mod part of this is important because he is suing the Redditor mods too. And if it comes out that she was colluding with them in the background, that's going to hurt all or both of them.
I mean, sure, but I think what I was saying is like it really doesn't matter in the sense of her specifically declaring that she was doing it anyway. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering what she's gonna make of, because there's video out there of her saying what he alleged she said. Like it does exist.
Yes. So
is she going to try to twist her words and claim she meant something else? Or is she literally just going to pretend like what she said was never said and he just made it up?
Well, she actually has the quote here. So the first statement is my response to a chat message. I read it out loud. This is the chat message. We're relying on you to stay live so we don't have to give the nuke views. And then I replied, yeah, I'm going to stream it since he's confirmed it's coming out today. I'm going to stream it. I hope this is self-evident, but it would be bizarre for me to take that opportunity to bring attention to this group of people and how they actually should watch his video on his channel. It isn't my place.
That's
what?
Wait, so she's trying to oh, okay.
Real quick. Hey, Jack, how you doing, man?
I'm doing. How you guys doing?
We are enjoying ourselves laughing at denims right now.
Yeah, this statement's gonna bite her in the ass in court.
So she thinks that this is the statement people are claiming that she.
Well, this is one of the things that Ethan pointed to, and because it does go to intent. Because the person says we're relying on you so we don't have to watch it, and she says, "Yeah, I'm gonna stream it." To the notion that she's streaming it so that they don't have to watch the nuke on his channel.
Right.
Didn't she also directly say that she's doing it so he can't make money?
No. Well, I don't think because hers is at the end. She also adds on, if you enjoyed not watching or not giving that video any views, hit or follow me or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yep. That's gonna bite her in the ass.
Yep. All right. So where are we? It isn't my place. I don't care, and making a big deal out of it would only encourage the zealotry that Ethan is upset about. What? Telling people that they should watch the original video would have caused zealotry that upsets Ethan?
Nobody. I haven't heard a single person who talked about this case, examined this case, or anything say anything about her not encouraging people to go watch it themselves on his channel.
Yeah.
Like nobody has made that argument. Has anybody heard anybody make that argument that that's what she should have done and that's the problem?
I will make that argument that she should have done that. Even on videos that I don't like, when I'm done with them, I'm like, go watch it over there. I might not say, hey, make sure to give them a view, but if for no other reason, to make sure I'm not taking shit out of context. You guys should always watch the shit that I show you.
And that's fine, but like, I don't like framing that as like the point, you know what I mean? Is kind of weird. Like that was the point of contention for everybody. It doesn't make any sense because it wasn't. So
she says, I merely acknowledged that I was going to roast it and moved on. Let's read your sentence again. Yeah, I'm going to stream it. since he's confirmed it's coming out today, I'm gonna stream it. I didn't see anything about roasting in there.
Yeah.
They didn't say we're relying on you so we can see it roasted. They said they were relying on you so they didn't have to watch it on his channel.
You're doing a lot of thinking, mister. You're not going to be on this jury.
I wonder if she's going to bring up her actual statement about, like, towards the end. Or is she going to, I said, is she going to pretend like that one doesn't exist?
That is the next paragraph. But let's finish this. Drawing a broader narrative based on this chat message I did not write is delusional. You answered it, lady.
Yeah, this is nothing but projection. This is what she has decided is the issue, and she's like projecting that on everybody else. But I'm more concerned about this next statement.
Hey, real quick before we get
go
into that. Thank you, tall person. Boy, Mr. Jack, happy National Peppermint Latte Day. Despite what white women say, there are other flavors besides pumpkin spice. Your heresy will not stand. There will be an organized boycott. But thank you, tall person. And go enjoy a peppermint latte, everybody.
Tall person asked for your donation link in chat there. I don't have it brought up. But if somebody wants to put the three of us in for our links, I'll change the pinned link at the top.
I dropped my link. I didn't know anybody asked for it.
The second statement is a throwaway shill comment I said after the video before signing off. Quote, well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like my content, end quote.
Oh, hold on. Let me look up copyright law. Nope. Throwaway comment is not in the law. There's no exceptions for that.
That is not an affirmative defense. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the judge is just like, yeah, you made this comment, which is a definitive admission. And she's like, no, judge, let me educate you. That was just a throwaway comment.
Your mansplaining isn't welcome here.
Let's read all of that together, starting with the chatter. We're relying on you to stay live so we don't have to give the nuke views. Yeah, I'm going to stream it. Since he's confirmed it's coming out today, I'm going to stream it. Well, if you guys enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, I can't imagine why anybody thinks you were saying that you did this so that people would watch it on your channel and not give him support.
Yeah, that's crazy. What a bizarre notion.
If I was the person writing this, I would have made sure those two paragraphs were way further apart just so people couldn't make that direct connection.
Well, let's face it. Denims isn't here because she's a rocket scientist.
True. Where are we? Okay. As an aside, this statement is factual, almost certainly. If someone watched my coverage, they had no interest in watching Ethan's video without the addition of critical commentary and never would have. No. We can see by your chatter, so we don't have to give the nuke views. Without you, they would have had to give the nuke views.
Oh, oops. That, Mr. Monkey, you're not allowed to be on this jury. You're doing a lot of thinking.
Your own chatter that you used to prove you didn't violate copyright directly contradicts what you just said.
A plus B does not equal C anymore.
Oh my gosh, he's an idiot.
Look, get distracted by my boobies.
Regardless, this situation does not characterize my intent. This statement does not characterize my intent.
Then what does? Like what would have characterized your intent?
This characterizes at least some of your intent. Come on, let's be honest.
Stop noticing things. It's bad for her case.
I promise you, if this exact same evidence was dished out to her against somebody she disagreed with or didn't like, she would be talking about how obvious it is what their intent was.
At most, you can say that this is a mean-spirited comment in poor taste. Making a joke like this is too far, and that Ethan Klein deserves more respect. One, I don't believe Ethan deserves more respect.
No.
His copyright does, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're talking about the law here, not Ethan as a person.
Tall person, thank you. And some for you, Satsu. Happy National Green Bean Casserole Day.
Ooh.
Hope you and your family are doing well. Now back to the start of the reel. That green bean casserole better have bacon in it.
That's kind of a given, isn't it?
No.
Oh.
It is not. Believe me. It
All
should
right.
be.
That's sad.
Mm-hmm.
Bubba, thank you for getting the links for all three of us. That's now pinned at the top, guys. If you'd like to support any of the creators on the stream right now, you can do so with those links.
Thanks, Bubba.
Gracias.
She finishes this paragraph with, "We can agree to disagree." Now, I just want to remind you that what we're reading here is supposed to be why we're on her side and agree with her. And she says, "We can agree to disagree." Let's just go back a second.
Did this start out with, Your Honor, I stabbed him 30 times, but can we agree to disagree that was the wrong thing to do?
He's like, sure, you can disagree all you want in prison.
She says, "If you don't believe me, please read ahead and let me convince you." And then says, "We can agree to disagree."
Yeah, that's not how the law works, sweetie.
That's not how convincing people works.
I can hear her lawyer wincing in pain. It's like Alderaan blowing up. You know, Obi-Wan's in the ship, like, I hear the screams of 1,000 souls. That's her lawyer right now.
All right, she finishes. Here's the last part of this. "I humbly request that we take this opportunity to question Ethan's framing of events and call a spade a spade." Ooh, racist. "Ethan is bullying people who said things about him he did not like, and he can do that only because he has more money than them." Now, maybe Ethan just hasn't seen some of the stuff I've said about him, but I've said horrible things about him that he's never sued us for.
Yeah, but we don't say anything about him being a Jew.
That's true.
But yeah, it's not because you've said horrible stuff about the man. It's because that's probably a motivational factor, but that's not what he's got you on.
Yep.
There's no charge. It's like, you were mean to me. No.
Tons of people have said lots of mean shit about Ethan, many of whom, even that chick, the one we talked about, what was it, Happy or Cruel World, Happy Face or whatever it is. He didn't sue her. If it was just over meanness, he could have sued her. She used tons of clips in her video. Thank you, Tansu. "I'm imagining her lawyer as Caleb Hammers sweating bullets." Yes.
And probably yelling at her just as much as Caleb does to people. "What are you doing? Shut up!"
Where are we? "In doing so, at least in his lawsuit against me, he is setting a disastrous precedent for our corner of the internet."
Mm-hmm.
He's really not. He's really not.
I don't know. Like, who is gassing her up right now? Is it her lawyer? Like, who? Where's this confidence coming from? And I know we live in, it's 2025, the era of just like confident stupidity. But like, I need to know where all this confidence is coming from.
RJ, I'm not going to read that one out loud because I've not heard anything about anything like that. Anyway, where are we? And my hope is that
confidence. So that, yeah.
And my hope is that others in our community with resources like Ethan's do not follow in his small footsteps. Petty.
That's not going to go well if they read this in court. Judges do not like this kind of childishness.
Please donate to my legal fund. Every penny donated has gone exclusively to court costs and fees and will go nowhere else. As stated earlier, my trial date is 10/26/26, and I look forward to beating Ethan in court, ideally with your assistance. Ideally with their assistance. That's ideally, shouldn't you pay your own costs?
No, ideally you don't pay a penny of this shit. That's how that works.
Thank you for your attention to this matter. Don't worry. Don't worry, Denims. I was happy to go over your statement. What a moron. What an absolute moron.
This tells me
Yeah.
she probably does not have a lawyer right now.
No, she
or
does.
Her lawyer is some fly-by-night retard that just did it for her money.
Isn't the lawyer that she's using the one that Casey was using? I remember something about there being the same lawyer for several of these people.
Probably, but she's not listening to her lawyer because this is going to blow up in her face in court because this is a ha-ha, I got away with it kind of thing.
Either that, or we're gonna get blown away because she probably got one of the best lawyers ever who wiggled their way into trying to make this work out in her favor.
I mean, there's always the possibility that somehow her Ethan's lawyer screws this up, or next week she comes out and apologizes.
It's Denim and Frogan that have the same one. Okay. The funniest part is she honestly thinks she's winning. She does, because she's getting some very bad advice. Look, the Kaceytron one was the most direct, because she's like, we're watching this, so you don't have to watch it over there. But what she has here, these two statements, so she's like, those are out of context. No, they're not. They draw the same direct line. You said yeah to, we're relying so we don't have to give him views. And the argument, I don't know if you caught that part, Jack. You sent this to me, so I'm assuming you read the whole thing.
Yes. That's why I said it
where
because I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. I hope it's self-evident, but it would be bizarre for me to take this opportunity to bring attention to this group of people and how they actually should watch the video on his channel. Why would that be self-evident for you to be like, I can't tell these people to watch it on Ethan's channel? Yes, you could.
I was wondering about that too. I don't think she understands how any of this actually works.
Well,
They
if she
actually
cared,
see this just as a censorship issue and not the fact that they don't understand copyright law at all.
if she cared about protecting herself, it would be in her best interest to do it, regardless of if she was being petty or not. And that's not for his protection or to protect his stuff. That's for your own safety.
Yeah, but I want you to add the mentality of an OnlyFans girl, though. And be like, I'm so awesome and pretty. Nobody would ever find me guilty of anything. I'm
Jacoby,
never wrong.
Somebody has a beeping sound in the background, and Jacoby says, sounds like Frogan is moving in the background.
Oh, that was the garbage truck outside.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. It's fine. We get all kinds of excess noises here. Rarely does it allow for such a great joke at such a great time. Well played, Jacoby. These ladies, you were being dumb, okay? Let's just be honest about what happened here. You were being shitbags and desperately trying to take attention from Ethan. And I get it. That's what clout chasing is. I mean, trust me, there's a reason when Shu makes a video, I immediately look at it and be like, can I make money off of this? So we all understand that happens, and you guys have some hatred towards each other, so it makes you do stupid shit. But you crossed a line. That's the problem here. It's not that you're a woman. It's not that you hate Jews, which you clearly do. It's none of that stuff. It's that you crossed the line. That's why XQC and Asmongold did not get hit for copyright, even though they watched the whole thing. Or several other people who don't like Ethan and didn't like his video and talk shit about it. You guys crossed a line. And Jack, I think this is something we have a problem with in our society, with people being like, well, I did the same thing as somebody else, and not understanding where lines and boundaries are.
Yeah, well, we have a problem with people not understanding that just because you want to do something doesn't mean you can.
Yeah.
And there have been no consequences for most of these people up to this point. So they continue to push the line on what they get away with. I don't know if you talked about that crazy streamer earlier or not.
The Asian one?
Yeah, the one that sounds like the dude from Community.
We brought her up, but we haven't discussed her directly. That was going to be the end of the show today. Apparently, we're doing just a horrible woman show today.
Yeah, well, look, it's because without consequences, you tend to escalate what you're doing. It's the broken window theory. Whether you like it or not, somebody like this will continue to do bad things as long as they're getting away with bad things.
Mhm.
And a lot of these women think that because somebody finds them attractive, whether it's Dan Clancy or their creepy OnlyFans people, that they're going to perpetually be protected. So they don't think they've done anything wrong.
I honest to God don't understand why Nina Lynn has any followers, because how you simping for the ugly Asian chick? You couldn't find a pretty one?
Yeah, she's ugly. She's ratchet on purpose. That's a horrible combination.
Trying to see if I can find the video of her with that white chick outside the club or outside the restaurant.
Well, that's the type of stuff that
the
younger generation watches. Like that, they find that stuff interesting, and it's not so much because it's entertaining. It's the excitement of, like, you know, watching a train wreck or whatever. It's just like, when is she gonna crash and burn? When is it all gonna come collapsing down on her? And when can we watch and laugh at it? Just like what's his face in Korea?
Johnny Somali.
Yeah.
Well, he'll get deported, Somali. Look, I have no issue with watching a good train wreck. We've all done it.
Oh, I love it. Yeah,
a good lol cow is worth its weight in milk. But the problem is, without consequences ever happening, they continue to do things, and they'll always escalate. Every time you get away with breaking that window, you think, it's not so bad, spray painting something. It's not so bad, little petty theft. The next thing you know, you're getting gunned down by the cops in the street because you make poor life choices and nobody's around to tell you to knock it the fuck off.
I'm letting the video play in the background while we talk. What you just saw her do is she grabbed something cheap off the shelf and put it under the barcode that gets scanned by the scanner.
Yeah.
So that she can get this cake for much less than it actually costs.
It's called skimming. Now, when I was working store security, we would notice this with people taking the sticker off votive candles and putting it on the bottom of beer. So they get ID'd and they could get the beer for like 39 cents.
Yeah, this is why we actually need cashiers. I know people love their little crappy fucking things there, but
I don't get that. I don't want to do an employee's job I'm not getting paid to do.
I don't either. Why people being like, I'll go do the cashier's job for free?
Yeah, what are you playing Barbie for the day where you're like, I'm gonna pretend I'm a cashier? No, fuck that. This is one of the most common shoplifter traits, though.
Yep.
It's so obvious, though. That's the part that gets me. Like, it's not even like she's good at like trying to be sneaky about it. She's completely obvious doing it.
What's really interesting is that there is almost, if you look at some of those shots, there are the security camera orbs all over the store. I guarantee you there's a camera on that specific U-scan. Because Walmart does it and Meijer does it.
That's what I was looking for. I was looking for the camera.
Yeah, there's a camera at every single one of those stations, and she is on film walking up to that thing and using it probably from 3 angles.
Right over here, Satsu, this thing hanging right there. I don't know how well you can see it with my pointer, but that is a camera. And if you go to Walmart, there's one of these over every single register.
Yeah, there's one in the middle of the screen off to the left of that one.
Yep.
So she's
well, no, I wasn't talking about the external camera. I'm talking about the one that's like right in your face that shows you right in front of you. And it's like got the little message that says this transaction is being monitored or whatever.
Yeah. That
I've never seen those.
Yeah, they got them at all the grocery stores over here. All the self-checkouts where I live, they all have them.
Do they actually show your face when you go there?
Yeah, it's like looking in a mirror. Like you're standing there and they are actively recording your transaction.
The monitor usually has one too.
Yeah, my guess would be in those that there, as this screen here, there's a camera like right up here that would show your face, but that's not helpful for the only thing that does is verify that it's you. The important camera is the one hanging above you because it shows everything going on at that register.
Right.
There may, if they have advanced enough use scans, there may be one underneath the red light there showing what barcode was scanned.
Could
And
be.
they're
Yep.
probably using the Sherlock system, which is the most common for retail theft. And that one shows you scan the item, and it will show a digital representation of what the barcode was that you scanned.
Yeah.
It's superimposed on the screen. So it will actually show that she scanned the banquet butter or whatever the other small items were. And if they prosecute shoplifting, they've got her probably in 3 different cameras minimum, maybe as many as 5. See right above the 13 there. You can see a camera there, and right in the center you can see a camera on an arm bar. There's a camera over every single one of those stations.
I have looked at tons of footage from those cameras, especially like we get people come in and say, I paid with 100 and they only gave me back like I paid with a 20. And you better bet your ass we went and looked at the footage to see what dollar amount they handed them.
Yep.
And that's how crystal clear those cameras are. The ones that you get like when you see footage, they're like, this person shoplifted in this store and it's all grainy and black and white. Those are the ones that they're used for general tracking. The ones right above the register are crystal fucking clear.
Yeah, they always have higher definition ones because the high def ones have gotten really cheap, you guys, especially when you're buying in bulk for a big box store chain. They have enough to do a slam dunk on this stupid bitch. And I'm really, really shocked how long it took for her to suffer any consequence because this woman just keeps getting away with stuff.
Here's the thing when it comes to her getting away with it. She's got a ban on Twitch right now, but I mean, she's been banned on there before.
Yeah, she'll be back in a few days.
In order to prosecute her for this, you're going to have to find the exact store she stole from. And then they would have to track down that specific instance, which I don't think would be worth it to them. I would keep an eye on her if I see her come in my store, though.
Yeah, I mean, they could, just based on the video, they could get a trespass on her so she can never go set foot in Target.
But as for her going to jail for any of these, it could happen.
She lives in California.
You'd have to do so much digging to find it.
Yeah,
is California one of those places that has like a limit to how much you can steal or whatever?
California is the one that famously raised their limit to $950 for felony. It used to be what, 200, and they bumped it up to $950 because inflation.
Have y'all noticed? Have y'all noticed the amount of rules and laws that either we have already or have been getting? That where it's like, okay, here is a situation where there's a victim and a perp. We need to figure out how best to help the perp.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get that.
We have judges that do that now. It's like, well, if we put you in jail, that won't help you. So we're going to give you probation so you can go out there and do it again.
Yeah, we're leaning more toward the feelings side of rehabilitation instead of punishment.
Well, that's because
it's so
the narrative in Western society is that if somebody's breaking the law, they have a really good reason for it. Like, remember, we watched all those fucking riots, people stealing shoes, and AOC came out and said, well, they're stealing bread because they're hungry.
Yeah. Yeah. These people need bread to put on their tables, which is why he was walking out of there with that 55-inch screen TV. Because if you slice that into a bunch of pieces, it'll feed the whole family. Like, shut up.
And that shit won't move through your gut very well, so you'll be full for days. We should help people rehabilitate while they're in jail. I have no problem with that thinking. I just don't think you can actually rehabilitate most
keywords while they are in jail.
While they're in jail, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Jail should not be a place where you don't mind going. It should be scary.
I don't know, man. I feel like far too many people are put in jail who just belong in wood chippers, but
that's fair.
I agree.
That's my terrible take, I guess.
Well, we didn't name who, so people can make up their own mind on that.
Yeah, there you go. Use your imagination.
I think in some cases we put people in jail for way too long.
Yeah, for certain things.
Yeah.
For sure. And that's where the like the pardons and stuff that come from different presidents or different prosecutors that revisit stuff or whatever when they release people or whatever who have either had excellent behavior over X amount of years or were wrongfully put in jail for longer than they need to be. I'm all for that stuff,
but then you have cases like, I mean, I don't believe in the rape culture nonsense. I think it's just bad prosecutors and stuff.
Yeah.
But we have seen cases where somebody's dead to rights on raping a 13-year-old and they got probation.
Yeah. Like straight up probation.
Yeah. That case, what was that in Minnesota? Because it was a Somali guy. Raped a 14-year-old.
Yeah. I want to say it was there, but it could have been here in Michigan in Dearborn. I don't remember which one.
Oh, well, it was in one of those shithole cities.
What did they say about the well, you said 14-year-old, but I think the Somali dude that I saw was like it was a 12-year-old.
I've seen that one too.
There's probably multiple cases.
There's several.
That.
Yeah.
Well, the embassy was like, we wholeheartedly support this person, and we need to defend him. And their rationale for why we should be lenient on him is because he has not fully assimilated from Somali culture.
Oh, fuck off.
And I'm just like, you do realize that what you are saying right now is Somali culture to rape 12-year-olds.
Well,
it is.
It's a Muslim country.
I'm like, but I don't think they know that that's what they're saying.
Well, if I said that about the culture, they'd be like, how dare you say that about them? But them,
right?
Yeah, they're like, what? That's their culture.
Yeah,
I'm just like, that is a hell of a thing to say.
Yeah, it's disgusting, and we should start deporting more of these kind of people. If you're a violent criminal, you need to get the fuck out.
Apparently, P-Dog talked about the Somali guy in Minnesota this morning on his show.
Oh, cool.
Kamala's vaginal HPV tumors. Good to see you. It's been a little while. Thank you. That's very, very generous. Bigger issue with California adjusting with theft limit. At the same time, they released a whole bunch of inmates at the same time, basically setting up the purge in real life. Yeah.
Yeah. But see, the people that are making these decisions never have to live with the consequences.
Yeah.
Of their actions.
And I swear to God, dude, I am a full supporter of prosecuting these judges who constantly let these people out. Because we're getting to the point to where, like, if there is no consequence, like if people can do it and they're just like, I'm just going to get a slap on the hand, maybe I'll lose my job. Like, no, we got to start locking these people up.
We're also being told that Somali was his third arrest for that. Of course it was.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even, in the example I brought up, I wasn't even thinking of the Somali guy. I was thinking of teachers because that's where I've seen it the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a problem with some people going to jail for way too long and other people not at all.
It's very regional too, because you get these DAs that are either ridiculous or they're a joke.
Funny, Willie Brown was also happy to see that. Stop it.
Ew. Hey, Alan.
Anyhow. All right. I also want to point out on the screen, it says Nina Daddy is back. And I love that she used, that is the font from Grand Theft Auto.
She does straight up look like a fucking creative character from Grand Theft Auto.
And she tries to play the part. It's so sad. You're a tiny little Asian woman with arguably linebacker shoulders. You're not wrong about that.
Yeah, she's an ugly woman.
Nobody actually thinks a tiny little 5'0" Asian chick is badass. Not in a violent, I'm gonna kick your ass kind of way. I realize you beat up your Asian little brother, but that's because he's a little Asian dude.
Yeah, well, she don't even believe it, like, because her acting on it is so she tries so hard because she doesn't believe it herself.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even convincing to her. And it's so bad because, like, most of this stuff is literally just her trying her best to get as much attention as possible and to validate herself. but she's being completely inauthentic to do it.
Yeah.
So
And it just comes off inauthentic.
Yeah, it straight up does. And then all of her orbiters are, they're all playing the part too and hyping her up. But I promise you, once them handcuffs and stuff come out, they gonna disperse.
Oh yeah, they always do.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, thank you, Alan, for the generous tip. It says, "Hello, my friend. Hi, Alan. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're staying warm. It's cold out here."
I saw a response to this Twitter video where somebody's like, "They're just hating on her because they don't like that she's popular." I'm like, she's on video stealing in this video, you moron.
Yeah, but you got to remember this crowd, these pseudo Hassan orbiter types, they don't have a problem with theft. That's redistribution. These same people who will talk about prices are too expensive. You know, one of the biggest things that causes prices to go up? Retail theft.
Retail theft.
Well, I mean, and it's also the same as those people who are just like, "Oh my God, how come I have to wait for somebody to unlock deodorant?" I'm like, well, because your little cousin keeps coming here and stealing it.
Yeah, it seems like
what's happening. And don't say anything about it. And that's the thing too. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody in those neighborhoods knows somebody that has stolen from or is currently stealing from those stores, and they haven't done or said anything about it. But as soon as the consequences of those actions come around, they surprise Pikachu face. Like, what happened? And I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, but he's a good boy. Didn't do nothing.
Understatement. I don't think you should be allowed out in public by yourself, bro. He said she just has a New York City accent, but you can tell she's soft otherwise. No. This is played up. Go find the video of her at the nail salon where she comes in swearing, and the lady's like, "Can you knock that shit off?" And listen to her real voice, because she does fall into it when she's like, "Oh, yeah, you could have just asked me." Listen to the way she talks to that lady when she puts away her dick.
Yeah, it's an act.
It is the difference between listening to Jasmine Crockett on the news and listening to Jasmine Crockett in an interview.
Yep.
Yeah,
two completely different human beings.
Is that called code switching?
Yeah.
Yes.
Real quick, thank you, Kamala's vaginal HPV tumor. That's funny every time. For the very generous tip. Hey, Jack, it's been a while. Work's been busy and sleep doesn't line up with your, air quotes, schedule. I did the bunny ears, but nobody can see them. But the family got me Bluetooth connected PPE earmuffs. So I've been listening to the VOD. Oh, cool. Well, I'm glad you're still listening. We were a little concerned there. But yeah, sometimes schedules just get a little wonky because, well, we don't have one. So
yeah,
we like to keep you guys guessing. But
I've done more game streams this week than I've done these streams.
Yeah, I know. Sad.
I did have some fun with Ultimate Theater, though. I've been having a lot of fun with that game.
It looked like you were having fun with it. I caught a little bit of that one, and it looked like you were having a blast. Although you couldn't figure out why that guy kept going in the back for cups. That mystery was driving me crazy.
Yeah, I told Monkey about that game because I've been playing the crap out of it. My theater is crazy right now.
Turns out that guy wasn't going in the back for cups. He was going back there for hot dogs. Whoops.
Oh, is that what it was? I think I fell asleep around that point.
I had the hot dog cooker turned the wrong way. I didn't realize it had buttons on it, and so he was going into it's up against the storeroom Satsu, so he was going in there to pull it off the front.
Oh.
And when I finally figured that out, he stopped going in that room because I fixed it.
Oh, that's good work.
Monkey, can you do you in the pin comment, do you see my link in there? Because I don't know if it's just not enough text, but it ain't showing up for me.
In the pin comment,
it's not in there.
Oh no, I don't. I thought it was added. That's my bad.
Yeah, I thought it was too. I just thought like it ran out of, when the message is too long or whatever.
Oh yeah. No, that's my bad. Y'all donate to Satsu. Somebody throw his link in there.
They don't have his link.
Melody, thanks for the sub.
Jasmine Ratchet. Stop.
Right?
You can't even call her that because that's just a mask. Like her, I don't know how much interviews I ought to watch to her, but I've seen her real.
Oh yeah.
voice or whatever. She ain't never even been to the hood. And you can
No.
tell she's one of those black people that would never go. Like she would literally drive around the long way just so she wouldn't have to go through it.
That bitch is like Ivy League educated. She grew up with money. She did not spend any time in the hood.
Yeah,
Understand
just like go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, this relates. Monk, there's a difference between an accent and what you're talking about. She is playing it up though. She is playing it up to the point that you can't even consider it even a little bit real. There's a difference between me raising my voice and me going into an Asian accent.
Well, what's funny though, I think Monkey can speak on this because Monkey don't tell y'all, and I don't think y'all have ever heard it, but he code switches too.
I don't mean to.
Because whenever me and Monkey are talking on the phone, and we do often, usually by the second hour me and Monkey are on the phone, he's basically a full-blown nigga.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
He doesn't do it.
It's kind of like if you've ever known somebody who's moved out of the South and they've gotten rid of their Southern accent.
But they talking to somebody else who's from the South.
Yeah, and
they're just like, yep.
Fall right back into it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that was a very formative time of my life. I mean, that's my puberty years that I'm living there. And yeah, it takes a lot for me to. You have no idea how many times I've almost said N-word please on this show. And I just can't because we'll get in trouble with I look, guys, I'm not afraid of saying the N-word on here, but I don't do it unless there's a good reason to. But it is a natural part of my vocabulary that I had to make a concerted effort to get rid of. And it's not like, oh, you just like saying the N-word. No, it literally everybody that I knew said that. Except for my parents, because mom and dad didn't talk like that. But all of my friends, everybody in school, white, black, Asian, even Asian people running around saying it.
Oh, Asians, they really thought it was their word.
Yeah.
In my neighborhood, they were just like, yeah, of course we can say it. And I'm just like, who?
Asians like to use the hard R.
Well, only when you're in their convenience store.
It's the only time they can pronounce the R. Otherwise, it comes out as an L.
Yeah, that's true.
That was horrible, guys. We're gonna wrap up here. I don't know if I'm gonna game stream today, guys. I was playing Ultimate Theater last night and just lost track of time. I did like 4 hours of that shit.
The first stream I did, you saw, was 5 hours.
5 hours, and then you had like another 4 between 2 more streams, like immediately after. Yeah, I paid attention. It's a good game. You guys, if you're into the simulator games, it's probably one of my favorites of those that I've played. I do think it goes a little too fast. They give you money a little too fast in that one. But
Kamala got to me now.
Go get it.
So I was really annoyed at YouTube ads. Wife says, "Give me your username." Okay, here you go. Quietest ride home ever.
Nice.
That is hilarious. Thank you so much for the donation.
All right, so wrap it up, guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Thank you for the donations. Check out the channel. It's Ranting Monkey Games if you're interested in games or just hearing me talk for hours on end. Nothing to say. It can be eclectic at times. Satsu, anything you want to show?
Well, my new Cajun blend came out for the spices. You guys know I sell spices. We talk about it all the time. But I released a new Cajun blend, and the first batch of them went out to people who ordered them. So I haven't gotten any feedback on them yet, but my mom thought it was pretty good. And she didn't just say that because she's my mom.
Yeah, I trust your mom not to just be like, oh, it's because you're my kid.
She'll tell me because she wants me to be successful. So she like, yeah, you need to tweak this or whatever. So that's available on the store if you're interested in that. Otherwise, obviously, I do game streams and stuff too over on 2 Cents Plus. I've been playing a variety of games. I was actually going to be playing Raccoon probably later on today. And so check that out if you're interested.
Mr. Hughes says, bye-bye all. You forgot a bye in there, dude. It's bye. Jack, anything you want to show?
Dropped some links to some newer stuff that I did. I did a bad comic review stream the other day, so I dropped a link for that. And I tried the dual streaming thing where it does the phone view and the regular one, and for a while the phone one was winning, so that was weird.
Oh no, that's not weird.
That's normal.
Yeah, the way that what do they call it? Short streams.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're in the feed that people go through when they're just flicking through their phone and going through shorts, you're going to get way more viewership that way than you would your normal streams. That was happening to me consistently when I was doing that. I was getting like double views on my short streams than I was my regular ones.
Here on StreamYards, that's now something you can do just through them. Set it up so it does both of them at the same time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I wanted to see how it worked and kind of just do a trial run with it, and it worked out pretty well, actually. Nobody watched it initially, but on replay, the views just shot up on that one. For a long time, it was like 80 views ahead of the other one.
Mm.
So that was interesting. But I did that, and I released some videos. So I dropped all the links. But thank you guys for the tips. Thanks for all the support you give us. Thanks for coming out. And yeah.
That's right. Those aren't donations anymore. Those are tips because I'm not paying taxes on it.
Right.
Trump said I don't have to. Something like that. Anyway, gentlemen, a pleasure as always.
Always glad to be here.
Oh,
guys, take care of yourselves. We love you. We'll see you on the next one. Bye now.
Bye, everybody.
Fuck off. I mean, have a good day.
Satsu only says that because he wants to make sweet love to your mom. As long as she's 55 or older.
65.